Welcome to Echo. This is a basic overview of how to use Echo to communicate with seekers. To use Echo, you'll need the Google Chrome browser. Once Chrome is installed, go to the Echo website for your organization. To log into Echo, type in your email address and the password that was sent to you. Later, you can change the password to one that you like. If you're not on a shared computer, press the Remember Me checkbox under the password window, and you'll automatically be logged in when you open Echo. This is the main menu for Echo. At the top are announcements from your organization. When you log into Echo in the future, if there are no new announcements, Echo will open to the Talk page. But you can get back to the main menu when you need to. These buttons take you to the other areas of Echo. The Talk button takes you to the Conversations area. This is where you'll spend most of your time talking with seekers. The Train button takes you to a series of training videos about Echo. And the Account icon takes you to the area where you can change your password and other settings. Below these buttons is information on how you've used Echo during the current month. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the Sign Out icon. Press this button when you're ready to leave Echo. If you want to sign out, press Yes. Throughout this tutorial, we're going to use the term responder to refer to you and seeker to refer to the people that you'll be talking to. Press the Talk button to go to the Conversations page. This screen is divided into three main areas. On the left is the Menu area, in the middle is the Conversation area, and on the right is the Resources area. You can drag the Menu and Resources area to make them wider or narrower. As you select items in the Menu area, they twirl downward. Press again, and they twirl back up. In Echo Chat, you can send messages to other members of your team or post questions that they can see and answer. You can immediately see which members of your team are online. Responders will have a blue border around their photo, and leaders will have a red border. When you're using Echo, your identity and contact information is always protected. Your name and picture are only visible in Echo Chat, but this information is never visible to seekers. When you interact with seekers, they see only your first name or the name you set up in your user profile. Below Echo Chat are the Conversations and Inbox menus. In Echo, the inbox is the list of seekers waiting to talk to you, the responder. There are several different ways to talk with seekers, but most work by selecting a message from the inbox and then interacting with the seeker. In the inbox, these icons show how the seekers are contacting your organization. The first few words of the message, the seeker's name if we know it, and the source that they are responding through. This gives you the context you need to respond to the seekers appropriately. When you select a message, it opens in the Conversations area in the middle of the screen, and the message is added to your Conversations list. The Client Summary shows the name or names the seeker has used in the past, the topics they've talked about before, where they are geographically, and how often they've contacted us. You can also access past conversations by pressing Load History. Scroll to the bottom of the screen to get back to the current conversation. If they contacted us through text or email, press the Claim button at the bottom of the screen and you're ready to talk with the seeker. Press in the text box at the bottom of the screen and start typing. Hit Enter and your message appears in the conversation window and is sent to the seeker. The seeker's reply will appear under your message. If you're in some other area of Echo when they reply, a chime sounds letting you know a reply is waiting. If for some reason you don't claim the conversation within 10 minutes, it will return to the inbox so another responder can talk with them. When you're waiting for a reply from a seeker, you can choose another seeker from the inbox and begin a conversation with them. You can be involved in as many conversations as you want, and you'll get a feel for how many you can manage effectively at the same time. Unlike a phone call or chat, if you send a text or email to a seeker, they may respond quickly, or it may be hours or even days before they respond back. And you may have several of these conversations going at the same time. In the Conversations menu, you'll notice the words Active and Hidden. The number beside the word active shows the number of conversations you're involved in at the moment. These conversations stay in your active list until you close them. But if the conversations are taking a long time and you don't want them to show in your active list all the time, you can move them to the hidden list. You can move conversations to the hidden list whenever you need to by pressing on the blue arrow in the upper corner and pressing Hide Conversation. These conversations are not closed, just not showing in your active list. When the seeker responds, the conversation is moved back to the active list. The Social Media inbox lets you respond to comments on your organization's Facebook posts. You'll see a list of posts that have new comments on them. Select a post from the list and you'll see the comments thread for the post. Comments that have been responded to appear in gray. Comments waiting for a response are shown in color. You can see which team members are currently responding to comments and respond to and like comments yourself. You can also start a one-on-one conversation with the commenter by pressing Message. This will open a Facebook Messenger conversation with the seeker in your conversations list. There are some special situations that can come up in a conversation, and you may need to take action as a result of what happens. To access this menu, press the blue arrow at the top of the client summary to see the options available to you. You may, at some point, need to block a seeker. You may need to transfer them to another responder, or you may find a problem with Echo that you want us to know about. If for some reason during a conversation you think you need to contact your leadership immediately about what's going on, you can press Emergency, Alert Admins Now, and your admins will be instantly notified. They'll be able to look at the conversation and decide what to do. The Resources list is a powerful tool that can help you answer seekers' questions more effectively. Favorites contains the resources you've created or have starred as favorites. Featured contains resources that your ministry wants you to easily see and access, and All Resources contains all the resources available to you on Echo. You can search the Resources area by typing a topic in the Search Resources area next to the magnifying glass. For example, type the word God and articles show up below. Select a title to open it. You can copy and paste segments of the text into the conversation window. You can also click the arrow next to the title and the entire resource is copied to the conversation area. Click the arrow next to a paragraph and just that paragraph is copied over. When you click the arrow, the Compose Message window opens, allowing you to edit the text. Press the Send button and the text is sent to the seeker. To go back to the Resources list, press Back to Resources. If you come across a resource that you want to use again, press on the blue star to add it to your favorite resources list so you can find it quickly. If there is a resource that you use on a regular basis but is not already in the list, such as a meaningful quote or a particular passage of Scripture, you can create a custom resource. Press on the blue plus sign in the top corner and the New Resource window opens. Enter a title and type or paste in the content you want. Then press the Create button at the bottom of the window. The resource appears in your Favorites list. To edit the resource, press the blue pencil box. Take some time to explore the resources that are here. They can be helpful tools in answering seekers' questions. Conversations in Echo can be short or they can go on for a long time. But when you feel the conversation is over, you can close the conversation by pressing the X in the top corner. If you decide to close the conversation because the seeker hasn't responded in a long time, consider leaving the seeker with one final communication that includes your organization's main message. For example, you could send one last gospel presentation, then close the conversation as usual. When you close a conversation, the Review Conversation menu opens so you can give some feedback. This feedback is very important because it helps your organization track the results of these conversations and helps other responders when they interact with the seeker in the future. In the box under the words Tag, type in a topic that was talked about during the conversation and press Enter. The topic appears below in a blue bubble. You can leave up to 3 tags per conversation. Your organization will want to track some specific outcomes. Examples here are profession of faith or spiritual conversation. Press the one that most applies to the conversation by selecting the blue circle next to it. Last, you have the option to leave some notes about the conversation. Any thoughts you share here could help other responders understand the seeker's situation when they talk to them in the future. To the right of the words Review Conversation is the Flag Conversation button. This is a way to alert your leadership that you want them to pay special attention to this specific conversation. You may need some feedback from them, or the seeker was threatening to harm themselves or others, or you learned that they're doing something illegal, or maybe their story was especially inspiring and you think your leadership should know about it. You don't need to flag every conversation. Use the Flagging Conversation button sparingly. But if you do flag a conversation, be sure to include information in the notes about why you flagged it. When you've finished reviewing the conversation, press the Save button in the lower corner and you're done. Now you're ready to talk with another seeker from your conversations list or claim more conversations from the inbox. Remember, you can get to the main menu anytime by pressing on the Menu button, the 3 bars in the upper corner. There are some key differences in the ways you handle different kinds of incoming messages in Echo, so be sure to watch the videos about each of those as well.